Hey, SKOL Vikings faithful. What's up, Purple Pride Warriors? I'm your die-hard Vikings diehard here, fired up and ready to dive into the raw, heart-pounding truth from our latest battle. You know that gut-wrenching 19-17 slip against the Bears in Week 11? Yeah, the one where we handed him the keys on a silver platter only for Cairo Santos to snatch victory with a last-second field goal? Man, it stings like a frozen tundra wind. But hold up. Head coach Kevin O'Connell just dropped some fire in his presser that'll have you believing in this squad's unbreakable spirit. Stick with me through these 15 pulse-racing scenes from Vikings news, where we break it all down with the grit, the stats, and that purple heart we all bleed. Who's ready to turn this L into fuel for the fire? Let's charge. Picture this, Eagan, Minnesota, the air thick with that post-battle buzz at the Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center. O'Connell steps up to the mics, eyes locked like he's calling a game-winning play, and he doesn't sugarcoat it. Our boys competed like lions on tape, hung tough in that nail-biter home loss, scrapping for every yard against a Bears squad that wouldn't quit. But as any true Vikings fan knows, heart alone doesn't cash checks in the NFL. It's about that killer edge, and Kevin's calling it out loud. We're talking a game that echoed our only other gut punch to Chicago under his watch. That brutal 12-10 defeat back on November 27, 2023, when journeyman QB Joshua Dobbs chucked inaccurate dimes that had us chasing shadows. O'Connell painted the picture so vividly. In both showdowns, we basically rolled out the yellow brick road for the Bears, overcoming every hurdle like champs, only to watch kicker Cairo Santos drill those dagger field goals in the dying seconds. It's like the football gods are testing our resolve, forcing us to stare down adversity and roar back. Yet, there's this electric energy humming in the building right now. Guys feeding off each other's fire, refusing to let one divisional heartbreaker dim the flame. Kevin sees it, feels it, and he's pumping us up. The fight's there, the physicality's dialed in, but we've got to sharpen that blade to slice through the close ones. Fans, doesn't this fire you up? We've got the grit to match any beast in the league, but imagine when we lock in that final piece. Turnovers flipping our way, penalties vanishing like morning fog over Lake Minnetonka. O'Connell's not dwelling. He's dissecting, building. What do you think, Purple Nation? Is this the spark that ignites our playoff run? Drop your takes in the comments. I read 'em all. Onward to Scene 2, where we zoom in on those pre-snap tweaks that could be our secret weapon. Alright, SKOL Squad, let's geek out on the details because O'Connell dropped gold on our discipline game. We shaved it down to just 2 penalties last Sunday. That's progress from the chaos of weeks past, where flags flew like confetti at a bad parade. Kevin's all about that pre-snap polish. Alignments crisp, motions deceptive. No more self-inflicted wounds handing the Bears easy breaths. It's like tuning a V8 engine, one loose bolt and you're sputtering. But here's the stat that hits home. We've been hovering around 60 penalty yards per game this season. Per Vikings news, and trimming that could flip close contests like this one into W's. And oh man, the turnover battle? That's our holy grail, the formula O'Connell preaches like gospel. Protect the rock on offense. McCarthy's got to cradle it like it's the Lombardi trophy, and then unleash the defense to strip it away. We've forced just 8 picks league-wide through 11 weeks, but Kevin's mantra rings true. They're gonna come, and they're gonna come in bunches. Remember that 2023 stretch where we swiped 10 in 4 games? Lightning in a bottle, but repeatable if we hunt smarter. It's not just talk. It's the edge that turns good teams into legends. So, Vikings faithful, are we feeling that surge yet? 2 penalties down, turnovers on the horizon. This is the blueprint for domination. Who's with me in believing our D-line, led by that disruptive Danielle Hunter, is one scheme tweak from a turnover tsunami? Hit the comments. What's your bold prediction for our next steal? Let's keep this convo roaring as we roll into Scene 3, unpacking the mechanics magic we're brewing for our young gunslinger. Buckle up, Purple people. We're diving deep into the film room, where O'Connell's breaking down McCarthy's roller coaster ride against the Bears like a surgeon with a scalpel. Mixed bag? Understatement of the year. Footwork on point in spots, eyes scanning like a hawk, balance holding steady at the drop-back peak. But then those lulls hit, posture slipping, throws sailing like wayward arrows. For a fifth-start rookie, it's textbook growing pains, amplified under the spotlight of U.S. Bank Stadium. Stats don't lie. McCarthy's completion rate dipped to 58% last game, per Pro Football Focus. But that's the spike and low life of a phenom finding his rhythm. Kevin nailed the frustration factor. There are plays where he's making it hard on himself, and it's the variance that's got us all white-knuckled. We've repped those mechanics endlessly, drills on drills, but in the heat, that rookie edge creeps in, turning clean pockets into minefields. Yet, flip the tape to those late-game daggers. Threading needles to Jordan Addison for the go-ahead score, responding like a vet when the lights burn brightest. O'Connell's bullish. He's made of the right stuff, and after gutting out a lead in crunch time, who can argue? Accuracy's the next frontier, built brick by mechanic tweak. Come on, fans, doesn't JJ's fire remind you of that purple pedigree we're chasing? From Cousins' precision to now this kid's potential, it's electric. Imagine the throws when consistency clicks, 70% completions, no more forced variances. What's your hottest take on McCarthy's journey? Comment below. Let's debate if he's our franchise cornerstone already. Teasing Scene 4. Pocket Navigation, where inches mean empires. Alright, Vikings Vortex. Let's talk pocket mastery because O'Connell's got McCarthy's number on this finer art. Navigating the chaos? It's a work in progress, like sculpting marble into a statue. One wrong step, and you're chipping away progress. Against the Bears, JJ churned grass too aggressively in safe zones, inviting trouble where calm steps could have bought eternity. Flashback to Baltimore 2 weeks back. Those big boys in the middle batting down passes like piñatas. Pro Football Focus clocks McCarthy with 8 batted throws in half the games of rookies like Caleb Williams, 12, Trevor Lawrence, 12, and Bo Nix, 12. That's our league-high nightmare staring back. But here's the hope, SKOL style. O'Connell's not panicking. He's prescribing. Pretty aggressive movement sounds gritty, but it's about poise. Sliding surgically, eyes up, not plowing like a fullback. We've seen flashes. That poised pocket presence on the Addison TD, freezing defenders in their tracks. Tie it to the bigger pick. Our O-lines allowed 22 sacks through 11 games, third fewest in the NFC North, per Vikings News. Polish this, and McCarthy's not just surviving. He's thriving, carving up secondaries like Thanksgiving turkey. Purple pride. Doesn't this scream upside? JJ's got the wheels, the arm, now add pocket wizardry. And watch defenses crumble. You feeling the build? Drop a comment. Rookie mistake or coaching curve? What's one tweak you'd drill into him? We're building suspense here. Next up in Scene 5, that infamous kickoff return that still got me pacing. Oh man, rewind to that 50-second cliffhanger, Vikings Nation, clinging to a 1-point lead. Will Reichard's PAT fresh in the books after McCarthy's strike to Addison ties it up? O'Connell faces the heat. Kick out of bounds? End zone squib? Nah, he trusted the coverage wolves, one of our premier units all season, averaging 19.2 yards allowed per return, tops in the division. But Devin DuVernay? That all-pro blur ghosts past midfield on a 56-yard bomb, erasing our momentum like chalk in the rain. Chicago munches 3 runs for 9 yards. Then Santos' 48-yarder walks it off, heartbreaker central. Kevin's conviction shines through. You've got to trust your guys to be at their best. Staff knew Chicago's return pref's cold. Early kick to the same zone nets, just 26 yards average on 2 tries. But in the clutch, a couple young guns freelance, ditching lanes on the backside, opening grandma could scamper daylight. O'Connell chuckles through the pain. We'll hit it perfect, but that hunger to win the down over scheme? It's our double-edged sword, fights there, disciplines the grind. Better than apathy, but costly when it flips the script. Fans, that returns a dagger, but it's teachable fire. Imagine our coverage clamping like a vice next time. 10 to 15-yard diffs could nix field goal tries altogether. Who's blaming the youth or praising the trust? Sound off in comments, your passion fuels me. Tease alert. Scene 6, where unsung heroes steal the show beyond the stat sheet. Shift gears to the tape's hidden gems, Purple Warriors. Takeaways that don't glow in box scores but scream team-first soul. 4th time in 5 McCarthy starts. Justin Jefferson's under 60% catch rate, 5 of 9 for 61 yards, 12.2 average, long of 27, dipping below his 67% career clip. Yet, same day he eclipses Torrey Holt for second most receiving yards in a player's first 6 seasons. Per Vikings News, over 6,000 and counting. JJ's dropping jaws off the ball. With 12:38 left, down 13 at Chicago's 16, 2nd and 2. He explodes from stance, pancake safety Kevin Byard 3. Yeah, the same Byard who picked JJ earlier, springing RB Jordan Mason for our first TD. O'Connell's beaming. That's Justin Jefferson. He's the reason we score, even without catching it. No diva vibes, this is franchise fire. Blocking like his Super Bowl dreams depend on it. Post-game chats? Kevin leans on JJ hard. Our relationship's stronger than ever. He shapes our energy, guides the young QB through ebbs. Jefferson gets the prep grind, the leadership load, never fault the competitor who blocks for the win. It's that purple ethos. Whatever it takes, every snap. SKOL. Doesn't JJ embody why we bleed purple? Stats dazzle. But that block? Immortal. Imagine the ripple if every star bought in like this, unstoppable. Your thoughts? Underrated play of the year? Comment fire. Let's celebrate our king. Building to scene 7. Protection calls that prove our rookies got ice in his veins. Back to the O-line trenches, where McCarthy's earning stripes pre-snap like a vet. O'Connell's crediting those really great protection calls against a Bears D slinging zone pressures and free runners, the kind that's rattled other QBs into ghosts. Chicago ranked top 10 in sacks before the game, but JJ ID'd the blitzes, slid the line like chess pieces, buying pockets that turned uglies into opportunities. Stats back it. 0 sacks allowed in the second half, per game logs, a massive W for a unit that surrendered just 1.9 per game overall. It's not just reads. It's foundational, as Kevin puts it. The concrete's still wet on that work. Post-snap habits? That's the dry-out phase, sinking feet, eyes, and decisions into seamless flow. We've seen it spark. That late-game drive, protections holding firm for the Addison bomb. Tie to the big arc. Our offense's 24% third down clip since Week 10 ranks second worst league-wide, behind Atlanta. But sharp calls like these flip chains into touchdowns. Vikings fans, this is rookie ripening into legend. Protection smarts that scream starter. Pumped yet? What's your call? McCarthy's brain or arm first? Hit comments. Keep the hype alive. Scene 8 incoming. The fight that won't fade, even when wins do. Feel that underdog pulse, SKOL family? O'Connell's raw on the grind. No comfort in praising fight when results ghost you. But damn, our physicality's locked in. Every week, 60 minutes. No quit. It's harder as L's stack, yet this squad's wired different. Close-knit, battling like brothers in the foxhole. Stats whisper truth. We've out-hit opponents by 12% in run stuffs over the last 5. Per next-gen metrics, but turnovers? Just 2 in 7 games. That's the missing gear shift to victory lane. Kevin's vision cuts deep. What this team is made of, we're gonna keep doing it. No heavy lifts needed if consistency clicks. Quash mistakes. Own third downs. Force those bunches of picks. Imagine, defense swarming like 2022's 10-take frenzy. Offense converting 40% on threes. It's NFL hard enough. Our formula's evolving, from adversity overcomers to finishers. O'Connell's emphasis? Attack it. Make fans proud. 1-0 every week. Purple Heart Squad. This resilience? It's why we love 'em. You buying the turnaround? Comment your faith level 1 to SKOL 10. Teasing scene 9. Echoes of past Bears battles. Where history rhymes but we rewrite the ending. Flashback mode. Vikings lore keepers. This 19-17 echo chamber with the Bears? Pure déjà vu from that 12-10 heart stab on November 27, 2023. Dobbs' scattershot passes then, McCarthy's variances now. Both times we pave their path, battle back fierce, only for Santos' boot to bury us late. O'Connell recalls it sharp. Yellow brick roads twice, but our response? Pure purple steel hanging tough when lesser teams fold. Stats align eerie, both games under 20 points, our D allowing 3.5 yards per carry. Yet, Growth glimmers. Fewer penalties, tighter pre-snap. That energy O'Connell feels buzzing. It's not defeat. It's data. Refining the fight into wins. We've clawed from 0 to 2 starts before. This mid-season skid? Just plot twist in our epic. Kevin's vibe. Overcome adversity, then seal it. No more handing games, we take 'em. Fans, history's a teacher, not a trap. What's our lesson here? Drop wisdom in comments. Let's learn together. Scene 10. JJ's intangibles. The glue beyond yards that binds us. Zoom on Jefferson's shadow game, where numbers fade but impact roars. That Bayard block? Catalyst for Mason's score. Shifting momentum when we needed it most. Down 13, clock ticking. O'Connell's mic drop. No matter the frustration perception, that's the player every snap. JJ's not just yards, now second all-time for first 6 seasons. He's the spark, energy engine, blocking like a 6th lineman. Career catch rate, 67%, but his will? 100%. Conversations with Kevin? Gold? JJ as franchise anchor, prepping weeks ahead, guiding McCarthy through storms. Phenomenal, says O'Connell. Their bonds ironclad, leaning on his vet savvy for team shape. No fault in the drive. It's the win-at-all-costs fire we crave. Imagine replicated across the roster, unbreakable. SKOL? JJ's why we stan? Yards or blocks? He's all in. Your fave JJ moment this year? Comment flood. Inspire us. Scene 11. Rookie reads, where McCarthy's brain game's blooming. Pre-snap savant alert. McCarthy's dialing protections like a coach on the field, spotting Bears zone dogs before they bite. O'Connell's props. Some really great calls against a top 10 pressure crew. No sacks post-halftime? That's the proof, turning potential disasters into dink and dunks. League-wide are 1.9 sacks allowed. Elite company. Builds to post-snap gold. Fundamentals drying into habits. Concrete's wet. Kevin quips, but reads and progressions? Emerging. Tie to woes. 24% third down since week 10. Fix this and chains move like clockwork. Purple optimists. JJ's IQ rising fast. Game changer? You bet. Comments. Best call he's made? Let's geek. Scene 12. The coverage conundrum. Dissecting that return gone wrong. That DuVernay dash, 56 yards of what if. O'Connell trusts but verifies. Premier unit all year, 19.2 average return allowed, but lanes vacated by eager youth. Want to win so bad, he says. Fights the fix, discipline the key. Early kick, contained. Clutch, costly. No regrets on the hang. 10 to 15-yard edge could have iced it. Scheme over heroics. Our closeness breeds it, but execution wins rings. Better problem than no fire. Fans, trust or tweak. Comment verdict. Scene 13. Turnover thirst. Quenching it for glory. Battle cry. Force them. Protect ours. O'Connell's obsession. 2 picks in 7? Drought ends soon. Bunches coming. 2023 flashes prove it. Flip this, game swing. Ties to penalties drop. 2 last game. Pre-snap wins. Full formula. Physicality plus takeaways equals dynasty vibes. SKOL predictors wins the streak. Comments now. Scene 14. Concrete curing. Consistency calling. McCarthy's journey mirrors team. Wet concrete on basics. Drying to dominance. Protections pop. Mechanics mend. Third downs. 24%. Climb with it. O'Connell's proud but hungry. Fights consistent. Wins next. Heavy lift ends when polish shines. No comfort in effort alone. Warriors, consistency equals contention. Your fix? Comment. Final scene 15. Rally roar. Future fierce. Wrapping the fire. Vikings news faithful. O'Connell's presser? A manifesto of might. From mechanics to blocks, trust to turnovers, we're building beasts. That Bears echo? Fuel not chain. Physicality checked. Now consistency crowns us. Kevin's closer hit soul. Attack it. Make fans proud. Fighting like heck for 1-0. We've got the heart, the tape, the tweaks. Playoffs? Peaking. Your energy? Electric. SKOL Nation. This is our story, raw, relentless, rising. Loved this dive? Smash like, drop SKOL in comments with your hottest take. Subscribe for daily Vikings news hits, and share with your purple crew. Let's pack the kingdom. Who's ready for the next W? Peace, fight on.